Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome to this episode of, it's not an episode of Shell Shock Live, I guess. This is my, as you can tell from the title of the video, these are my least favorite weapons in Shell Shock Live. They're not the worst weapons, I think. In my opinion, I hate having to use these weapons. We're gonna have Clover to start us off with. One of my least favorite weapons. Look at that, 2 damage. I actually don't think a weapon can deal less than 2 damage, unless for whatever reason Clover could potentially deal 1. But then, oh, look at that, it just dealt 54 or 5 or 100. It's, I don't know, I hate Clover. I'm not a big fan of it whatsoever. Everything about it I think is terrible. You could just sit here all day, you know, if you're a statistics major in college, this gun, or this, I guess, weapon, will drive you absolutely insane. Because it just, the probability of it dealing any amount of damage, it's just too low. And I don't know, I hate it. Up next, also, it helps that we're in what is one of my least favorite maps. All the maps that are like this, I absolutely hate. But let's say for example, they're all like this was the spawn that they got, right? This was the enemy spawn. This number 9, it's a little weird because it encompasses a whole lot of weapons, being the Glock. All the gun weapons I feel are just, they're extremely situational. Like there's no way for me to land a shot here with Glock or with M4 or with the Uzi. And then on top of them being just very situational, I feel like the damage output is it's decent at best. It's decent. So you can see M4 just 48. There's a crit in there, just 54. Also, going back to Clover really quick, I do have max luck and I have max gun. Just pointing that out there. Next up is number 8 in our list, which fits amazingly into this map, Dagger and or Shank and or whatever the last one's called. It's like sword or something. There's nothing I can do here. No matter how hard I try, even if he was like right here, I couldn't hit him with it. No matter how much I wanted to. It does deal 80 damage, you know, so that's pretty cool. Shank does 60, I believe. Oh no, they all do 80, I'm assuming then. They just have more range each. Look at that, I learned something new today. But I don't know, I'm not a big fan of these at all. Because, once again, like with the gun weapons, it's so situational how good it is. Next we have number 7. In number 7 we have, I don't know where this is because I don't know my alphabet. We have Penetrator. In this situation, Penetrator could be seen as somewhat competent because he is right in front of me, so I can just kind of shoot it right in front and all of them will go out and hit. But in any other situation, I don't think Penetrator is very good. I think it's just a big waste of time having to fire it. And if the ground isn't perfectly like level, then it's also not very good because it just bounces pretty much wherever. So that is why it is at number 7. Then in the number 6 position here, we have, once again, forgot my alphabet, Fiesta. Not Fiesta necessarily though. It more specifically is just the regular Pinata. Yeah, but look at that. Fiesta dealt 55 damage and it landed where I would say is pretty decent. But yeah, Pinata, I hate Pinata, I hate Fiesta, I hate them so much. Because first of all, I hate weapons that like bounce around when they land, like they don't just land where they're supposed to. Or they don't hit where they're supposed to, I'm sorry. They have to bounce around, and then, you know, minor stuff like that just ruins your shot. So I do hate Pinata. On top of hating Pinata, it deals awful damage. and it's so random whether or not you're gonna get a good shot or a bad shot. And it was also part of what was, in my opinion, one of the worst missions in all of the single player, which was the Fiesta Forever mission. Next in our list, in the number 5 spot, a lot of people are going to hate me for it, Shrapnel. I hate Shrapnel so much, once again, because it has to bounce around first, and then it's very situational. If they're in a hole like they are there, then it's okay. But if they're not in the hole, then well, I'm gonna miss completely, because once again it has to bounce a lot first instead of just, you know, landing like a good weapon should. I take off quite a bit of power then to make sure it lands up there with him, and then it's not gonna deal a whole lot of damage. But if he's in a, I guess, semi-hole situation, it does quite a bit. So I don't know. I personally do not like Shrapnel at all. If your opponent is in a hole like this, then it will be pretty decent. Outside of that, I don't think it's very good. Even in that situation, I still got hit from it. So I don't know. I don't like Shrapnel. A lot of people seem to like Shrapnel. Agree to disagree, I suppose. Next up is 3D Bomb. 3D Bomb and what I'm assuming are the next ones. I do not like it. Not for the reason, I guess, like the aiming of it is weird, but mainly because if, for example, at this range, no matter how much power I put, I can't physically hit that person. It's actually impossible for me to hit that AI. There's no way I could do it. They're across the map. I can't hit them. There's no possible way, but you can hit them with any other weapon. Any other weapon in the game can, obviously I'll put a little more power. Every other weapon in the game can clear the full map's distance. A 3D Bomb cannot. There's no way to do it, and like I said, the power is a little weird having to actually aim it, but you can't hit more than obviously half the map, because this would be half the map. So I don't know, I really do not like 3D Bomb for that. It puts you in a very weird situation where it's impossible to hit like this. In the number 3 spot, however, is a weapon that is even worse at hitting across the map. We have a Boomerang. As you see, it does 50 damage. That's commendable. But I don't believe that there is a way for me to be able to hit the guy that's all the way back there. I think it's okay, if we do, mathematically speaking, this would be the best angle possible, distance-wise. So, and if we want to go lower, we would do what, like, even if I shoot like almost straight out, it does not hit. It's not possible. I hate Boomerang so much. It's not very easy to hit with, and on top of that, for the amount of difficulty that it is to land a Boomerang shot, the damage it's not worth the trouble, in my own personal opinion. Next, number 2, we have a weapon that is also, I guess, not very good like all of the other ones. And I lost it. Minnows. I hate Minnows. I hate Guppies. Because even in that situation where the shot is pretty good, you dealt... Oh, look at that. It now completely missed. Took off quite a bit, not quite a bit, but took off enough power that it should have made a difference. And it's dealing 29 damage. All this gun's good for is humiliatingly defeating someone with it. Because it's the worst way to lose to someone, man. It's losing to somebody that killed you with fish. Because once you fire even at more range, it's even harder to aim with. So as you can see, none of that dealt damage, even though a lot of those landed pretty close to the people. So I don't know, Guppies has to be, Guppies/Minnows is my number 2 least favorite weapon. And then my absolute just least favorite weapon in the game is Pinger / Mini Pinger. I don't know what the last tier is. I'm going to assume that it's not good anyways. Me obviously messing with it doesn't help my case at all. I don't even know why. I could just be using tracers to kind of figure out where my shot's gonna land. So if I fire Pinger, that obviously it missed a little bit, but some of it might still hit. One of them still hit for 20 damage. What the fuck? Why did the power jump up so much there? God damn it, K-Champ. So yeah, like if we get a dead-on shot, for example, you still risk not dealing any damage or dealing very, very little damage. I hate Pinger and Mini Pinger. I think they're awful weapons. I think you have to get extremely lucky to deal even a half decent amount of damage. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. These were my top 10 least favorite weapons in Shell Shock Live to date, or they're also just the ones that I have, because there might be a weapon that I don't have that I think is worse than these. But for now, that's it. Please let me know what you all thought in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, remember to leave a like. If you disliked the video, leave a like, please. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.